Hey players, the Mr. X Nightmare DLC is out and it is awesome. The survival mode brings so much value with replayability, but it is also pretty damn hard. Once you get to around level 15, the difficulty spikes quite dramatically, but I have figured out a build that will make survival mode way easier. In all honesty, I think Shiva is absolutely broken in this patch, and I'm hearing similar things about Cherry and some other characters too. So I'm going to run through the build that I used to get me to level 33 on my first proper attempt with Shiva. And this was after hitting a roadblock at level 22 with my main guy, Adam. Even the average player should be able to kill a Big Ben with one move if you follow this guide. So first we're going to have to go through and unlock some of Shiva's alternate moves by playing some survival. Primarily we want to unlock the blitz move. But once you've done that, start up a new game, make sure you select the orange suit because that shit's OP. And we are swapping out Final Crash for Flying Kick. And this will be central to our overall strategy here. And why is the fly kick so good? Because you can literally kick through bullets. You become invincible while you're fly kicking. You can also cancel your trajectory if you have the Air Master perk. So say you're fly kicking towards a group of enemies and decide to nope out mid-kick. You can actually do that. It's incredibly useful and honestly OP AF. With the defensive special, I prefer the standard flaming circular kick for its knockdown effect, but either one will do. Offensive special doesn't really matter because we won't be using it much, but I do choose Spirit Palm. It is weaker, but it doesn't leave you open for attack like the Senretsu Ken does. I'm going to use the Vanilla Air special for its mobility, and I'll change the star move to Spirit Dance. You can choose whatever you like really, but Flying Kick is a must. Now in terms of buffs, I'm going to show you what I consider to be must-haves. So at the top here in tier 1 are the Bloodthirst and the Heat of Battle perks. Pick these up as soon as you see them. Bloodthirst means that you won't be able to heal yourself with items anymore, but a small portion of the damage you deal will be converted to your health bar. And the Heat of Battle cuts your damage down by 90%, which is a huge loss. But if your combo counter is active, your damage will increase by 2% per hit. It's a high risk, high reward play, but it is essential for what we aim to do. I haven't done any testing yet, but I believe you need to reach a 45 hit combo in order to break even and make up for the damage reduction. Tier 2 now, and we're going to try to keep an eye out for the Air Master perk, which gives us extra jumps. Eventually we want to get that to at least level 2 if that's possible, so that we can stay in the air for longer. And this ability is amazing with Shiva. It allows him to chain air combos repeatedly. What you do is hit up an enemy with a heart attack or a jump kick, then jump, attack times 4, then jump, attack times 4. And you can do that as many times as you have extra jumps. Tactical support is the next one, and this one will spawn rockets when you use a star move. Level this up a few times so it is at least level 3. So the star move is your get out of jail free card. Because we are solely relying on our damage output for heals, we can pop one of these when we are at critical health. And the good thing is if we get killed after using the star move, the damage it brings will be enough to revive us. And then we have the elemental effects for the blitz move. Fire and electric are my preference, but I won't say no to poison. We're going to be taking on hordes of enemies in the later stages, so anything that propagates and sustains damage will be very useful. Tier 3 is not a priority, but if you don't have any better option, I would opt for the Hey Buddy. This will spawn an ally to aid you, and it's a good way to divert the enemy's attention so the spotlight is not all on you. The hits that your ally lands also keeps your combo counter alive, so there's a little synergy for a Heat of Battle perk. The other buff here in tier 3 is the damage up perk. This one is self-explanatory. It's not needed, but it does help when your damage output fills your health bar. Now the perks that become available to you are totally RNG dependent, and we will pray to RNGs so that we get what we need early on, and that we don't get the boxing ring level with all the flamethrowers, because the levels themselves are probably what's going to hurt your run the most. And for God's sake, don't use glass cannon unless you are in fact a god. It's too high risk and the combo master allows for more than enough damage. Also, don't go for the grounded perk or risk taking the random perk because we can't lose our ability to stay in the air. So this is the build. This is what we're going for, and I call it Shiva Ultra Instinct. Now for the combat strategy. So for the first 10 levels or so, it's going to be piss easy, so just go and have fun and try to get that build going with all those essential perks. As the rounds progress and get harder, we're going to need to shift to a more aggressively defensive approach. And what I mean by that is we'll be spamming the fly kick blitz move, which by now hopefully has some elemental effects on it. If we aren't fly kicking, we are using the defensive special or juggling enemies in the air. These are the main 3 moves: fly kick, defensive special, or air juggling. Remember that the Air Master allows you to stay in the air for longer. When in trouble, pop your star move and stay in the air to let the rockets and your clones replenish your health. To be clear, I don't even consider myself to be very good at this game. I played the heck out of it when the base game first came out, but I've gotten rusty since then. And like I said, my first proper attempt with Shiva got me to level 33. And the way I died was so dumb, but I'll show you that in a sec. But with this strat, I feel like I could easily have kept going. As you see, as you progress, it gets nutty. I literally don't know where I am on screen half the time, and I don't know which flames are mine and which ones will hurt me. With more enemies on screen, you can just rack up the combos, and the damage will exponentially compound. Now, this is entirely dependent on if you can build up a decent combo in the first place, but if you do, it just snowballs, and you unleash Armageddon on these pieces of trash. This here is actually the moment it all ended for me. I accidentally grabbed an enemy while trying to blitz, and was too slow to react. Yeah, unfortunate. And I had 11 star moves too. Just a couple of extra notes. Don't feel bad and go easy on them and try to pull off any fancy tricks. Just stick to the game plan because it may be the only chance you have to fill up your health, and the very next stage could be a nightmare. Also, don't be a tight ass and save your stars. If you have them, use them if you feel the balance is starting to shift against you. Maybe when you're at like 20% health. Once you have the upper hand, it's easy, but if you're on the back foot, you can easily fall off the edge and your run will be over. If you've played Streets of Rage 4, you should already know how to keep your combo chain active. Having a buddy is a good way of keeping the combo alive, but also leave a destructible item or pickup on the floor so you can use them while new enemies are spawning. This will ensure that your damage doesn't reset to that minus 90%. In terms of risks, the biggest threats to this strat are the Goros and the Victorias. Goro is difficult to knock down and will counter you when you hit him, so you need to focus him. I open with a fly kick, and when he tries to counter, I'll neutral jump and perform an air combo. The Victorias throw too many hazards, so with Victoria swarms what I usually do is combo them or fly kick them until they drop their beaker, and then I stay off the ground until it's safe to land. And that is just about all I have to say at this point about the Shiva build. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can break my PB. Let me know if you have any comments regarding Shiva or any other characters. I'm interested to seeing what other people are doing. But apart from that, keep playing, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.